Oh, hello everyone. Today, we are doing. I'm gonna explain. What am I thinking? So I wanted to talk. Well, I didn't talk last time, but that's not the point. I wanted to talk more about Dottore being Rerir in the Fury, because I've actually played through the entire Archon quest now. So I have a few more things I've been thinking about in terms of that Fury, I guess. And there's a bonus mini theory I have at the end about a different character. So stay tuned for that, I guess. Um, so, um, so the first reason is just, I guess, the way they talk about intellect. Like, I'm pretty sure Rerir brought up something about intellect during the quest. He was like, oh, if you were smarter or whatever, then blah blah blah, you would have known. And it reminded me of the way Dottore talks about this scholar during the Sumeru conquest because he like makes fun of her. He's like, oh well, if she had actually exercised caution, she would have noticed the device on her person, and she would have been able to essentially know if she was being listened to. I guess that's what it was about. Yeah. So there's that. That's one reason why. It's just the way they talk about it is the same. The other reason from the Archon quest is the way he goes about the thing with Sosei. Cause like ow. This seemed very Dottore-like because he poses as this dude, okay, like pretends to be this dude, kills him, and then disguises as someone else. Like he didn't quite do it the same because Dottore actually killed him disguised as this other person and pretended sad, while Rerir full on blamed Flynn's for murder. But it's kind of the same if you think about it. Um, it was very similar. Let's just say. So there's that, and then we get into our favorite thing of the manga. So the first point I was gonna make about that is that manga Collei and Rerir look very similar. Like they've got the same sort of bandages, except his are black and hers are white, whatever. Like they've got the same sort of bandages. Their eyes are pretty similar in color. Her hair kind of looks like his, except less long. They both look crazy. They've got the same sort of like black and purple / pink color scheme to their powers. They're very similar. But I'm not saying that Rerir is Collei because he ain't. And I can give you 4 reasons why they aren't the same, because there will be that one person that, why aren't you saying the Collei then? You know? But it's because, first of all, Collei is a girl and Rerir's a guy. Not a big deal, I know, but that is a factor. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, so that's something. There's the fact that Collei is way too young to be Rerir. She's not Khaenri'ah like he is. The other thing is, we've seen her recently. She couldn't have been an odd cry. And the thing with that is, if she had been an odd cry, and like Rerir was disguising, like there would have been absolutely no point for him to do that. Okay, just saying, because like Wow. The thing is like he wouldn't like because he was focused in non-cry because he needed his fragments. They weren't in Sumeru, so there was no reason to disguise as Collei. Okay, so there's reasons for that. No, the way I think she links to him, besides the fact she was literally experimented on by Manga Dottore, not Omega, Manga Dottore, is, what if there's a reason? She's experimented on by him, and I feel like most people, for inspiration, they take off things they've already seen before. Obviously, he would have seen his master, right? Like, we can establish that. So, he would have experimented on her. And the reason, I think, why he would have done this, we know there were other subjects, she wasn't the only one, is because he needed, what was it he needed again? Oh, because he wanted to, because I'm assuming he would have wanted to bring back Rerir, like, get him a body. He needed a vessel, and obviously, she was the one, because the rest all died. But, so, I'm gonna assume he was probably there at that point. Or at least, because she wasn't originally in Mondstadt. So he would have done that, thinking, oh, we need a vessel or whatever, right? And he wouldn't have thought much about that. But she, of course, runs away, ends up in Mondstadt, blah blah blah, her powers get sealed, whatever. It is what it is. But I think she was being made into a vessel, and I think if she hadn't been shown kindness by Amber, I think she would have been the one. Because she seemed like just as crazy and insane. I'm gonna assume that the Wild Hunt power seems to work better when the character is going insane. So, because she definitely was, like, it's perfect for Rerir, and it works better. And another thing that can link them, actually, is the fact Collei was going for vengeance, specifically, and Rerir's name, translated, means to avenge or vengeance. It's to avenge something or to seek vengeance. So, she's seeking vengeance. He is vengeance. Whoa. That's crazy. I feel like I had more points, but I don't even know. Get into the mini theory, I guess, since I can't remember what I was trying to think of. But, so the mini theory, this is a fun little theory I came up with at work today, actually, is that Grandmaster Varka, because apparently, according to my friend at least, it has been confirmed that Varka is not going to be human when he becomes playable. The weird thing about that is, he looks pretty legit human, just saying. So that seems a little weird to me. But then, also, he was the one who called us to not cry, right? We established that he called us to not cry. And he hasn't even shown up to us, which is weird. Then he shows up in the epilogue, talking to Rerir of all people. And the strange thing about that is they acted pretty chummy. Like, I'm serious. He's like full on over here. He's like, oh, hi, my name is Varka. I am from the Knights of Favonius. Blah, blah. Oh my goodness. Blah, blah, blah. You know, like, he's full on nerding about stuff to him, which is funky. But it just seemed weird because he wouldn't show himself. And that always means something. Especially because they've already shown what he's supposed to look like. So why are we not seeing him now? Okay, it's a bit strange. Oh my goodness. Please don't kill me. It's a bit strange the way they did it, I guess. That's what I think. But, so, he seemed really chummy with him. So what I think actually happened, and why he's not gonna be, like, human, and I have a reason for this too, is I think he was corrupted by the Wild Hunt. I think he's probably been in it too much, and he's been corrupted by it. Like, he's partially got that corruption now. And I do think he's been in there. Because, so he has this scar. Well, he's got a few scars on his face. But he's got scars on his face. And normally that's not a big deal, except for the fact we meet this NPC with, like, pretty much the exact same scars. And we know she had survived the Wild Hunt. So I'm assuming he did too. But he probably, because he's a Grandmaster and he got in way too deep, he ended up, fighting them and getting caught inside, probably left by the other knights, because he also shows up by himself, even though he was with the others, which is sus. But, so he was probably with them, got ditched, woo, and then he got corrupted. Got in too deep, got corrupted, and that's why we haven't seen him. That's my little mini theory. He's actually become corrupted by the Wild Hunt now. So he's not, like, fully controlled by it, obviously, because he's got sanity. Seems pretty normal. But I think he might be fighting with that. Yay. That's it. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I could remember that I had. So, yay.